So next on our checklist of documents is the I-94 card and the passport. And this is very important because they want to check, the identity of the fiancé who's coming into the United States. And it's really important that you actually have this document at the time you go to your interview. So, in the processing scheme of things, right, in the time frame of processing, it might take 4 to 6 months from the time you file your I-130 or your I-129F till the time you get that approval. So if you don't actually have the passport when you start the process, you can go ahead and file the fiancé visa application. But that's also to say you need to go ahead and get that going, get that rolling. So this is a copy of a passport here. This is a sample for Ann King. Ann King is the fiancé that we're working on in this case. And here's an I-94 card here. Now, an I-94 card for a fiancé who's out of the country, they may not actually have an I-94 card, because what you do is you give this thing back to the immigration service when you are exiting the United States. So you'll fill it out on the plane when you're coming in. They'll stamp it here that you're admitted and your status you're going to be admitted in, and then you come and stay in the United States, and when you leave the United States, you hand this back. Sometimes you might forget to hand this back, but it would be proof of your previous stay in the United States, what status you were admitted in, how long your admission was good for, and that would be relevant to whether or not you overstayed your last stay in the United States. So if the fiancé actually has a 994 card, let's go ahead and make a copy of that and have that ready. And again, I like to send all this stuff in with the I-130 with the I-129F on the front end, so that they have a complete picture of who this person is, and it starts to build up the reliability of this application. Okay, the final thing I want to say regarding the passport is that when you are sending in the passport, it is okay to send in just this first page, this biographic page. Try that again. Cancel. So with the final thing I'd like to cancel. Breathe. All right. So the final thing I want to say about the passport is that when you are sending in a copy of the passport, you can send in the biographic page here, has her signature and this information on it. That's sufficient. I do like to make copies of all the pages of the passport, because then they can see whether or not she actually has traveled or has not traveled. So if you're saying that she's never been in the United States before, you send in her passport, you send in every page, and there's no stamps on any of those pages, then they know, okay, she really probably hasn't been here in the United States before. So it's good to end that line of inquiry